Hey friends, let's talk about unequally yoked, equally yoked. What does it mean? Does it mean we're making some omelets? No, I'm gonna explain that to you right now. So let's assume we have 1,000-pound ox and then a 500-pound ox that's in the field. And we're gonna yoke them together with this, right? But this ox over here is 2 times the size. So this ox is gonna be pulling and the smaller ox will be kind of dragging behind, right? And what will end up happening is the ox that's 1,000 pounds will give up because it has no help and it'll collapse. And then it'll fall behind with the smaller ox, okay? Consider a person who follows Jesus is the 1,000-pound ox, and a person who is not seeking Jesus is the 500-pound ox. What will happen every time is the 1,000-pound ox, the person seeking Jesus, will eventually get pulled back and no longer seek Jesus. And I have a video out there where I showed you where Jesus says he's the true vine. And if you're a branch attached to the true vine, you'll have fruit. But if you're not attached to Jesus, not attached to the true vine, the branch breaks off, withers, dies, and gets burnt up, right? So if this is attached to a tree, nowhere did Jesus say, my branches never break off. He says they can break off, get separated from the true vine, Jesus Christ, and then they will wither away and burn up. So that's what happens when you're unequally yoked. You get detached from Jesus. So it's so important that if you're seeking Jesus, that you be with people seeking Jesus. And if someone changes and they're no longer seeking Jesus, that happens, then you just have to pray for them. It doesn't mean that you cannot love these people. You can love them, but you don't want to be associated with them in a relationship because you're going to get pulled back, right? Amen? I urge the sinner, I compel the sinner to seek Jesus. But I pray for them and I'll read scriptures to them, but I'm not gonna hang around them because what will end up happening is they're gonna say, they'll say things like, I don't wanna hear your Jesus music, or can you turn Jesus off while you're with me? They're gonna say those things over and over and over again until you give in. If you're familiar with the story of Samson, he eventually broke down and gave up the secret that his strength was in his hair, even though that's not what it was from. So they shaved his head and then he got captured by the enemy. It's not about making eggs or anything like that. I hope that explains it. Don't let an unequally yoked person break your branch off.